This is the Jake Doolittle Human Review. Jake Doolittle is one of these commentary YouTubers that got like... Okay, so he has a whole story. His whole story was that he took some pictures of some celebrity from TikTok and then started bitching and moaning that she was making money from the photos that he took in her book. Now, supposedly, from what I gathered doing research on this jackass, is she paid him, or he offered to take the pictures for free, one or the other, and thought that they would only be on her social media, but she ended up using them in her book. Well, the book did really good, so he wanted more money, and that's how he got involved with H3. Now, when he got involved with H3, Ethan offered to give him the $500 that they didn't pay him, supposedly. Instead of just taking that and, chilling the fuck out, he tries to weasel himself into H3 Productions by saying, well, you could keep the $500 if I can, get a job. So, and you can look at that video. It's a pretty popular one. You can tell Ethan does not want to fucking deal with this jackass. But anyway, it goes on for a little while and everybody thinks it's fine. Meanwhile, apparently Jake Doolittle has been harassing and stalking all of the cast on H3, trying to get them to work with him on his channel or get him a job or whatever the fuck, even though nobody fucking wants him around. So I guess a year or so goes by or whatever, and now Jake's doing commentary channel, right? So Ethan at this point in time had some medical issues or whatever, or he was freaking out about some possible lupus or whatever the fuck it was. Nobody gives a shit. And Jake Doolittle, because he has chronic illness all the fucking time according to him, and has to go to the hospital and stuff, but none of that even fucking matters. He uses that as an excuse 9 times out of 10. What he thinks he is the gatekeeper to anybody having any kind of medical situation or whatever the fuck, to gain sympathy, to get views and subscribers to his channel, so he doesn't like it when other people are able to do the same thing. So he makes a video about Ethan, and Ethan does not appreciate it, especially since half of the shit Jake said is fucking wrong and doesn't make any fucking sense. So he starts doing his podcast, and he's about to lay into this little shit. So what Jake does, he goes and starts messaging him, hey, can this wait? I'm in the hospital right now. Can you wait? And can you not do this? I please don't. Because he's a little bitch. Unfortunately, it looked like Ethan at that time decided to go ahead and just let it drop. For the most part. Cut to a year later, where he makes this new video. Almost to a year. He goes on his video talking about this tiny charity or whatever the fuck he's talking about, saying that it's grassroots and all this other shit and blah blah blah, that he ain't got no money, even though in the video he says he's got enough money to last through the year. He has $6,000 in the bank. He's supposedly waiting on money from Google that's supposed to go to it. Seems to me you would just focus on building your fucking channel and getting donations here and there, small ones, from all your fucking fans and shit. But that's just me. What he does instead is he makes a video where he basically threatens to blackmail anybody who's ever fucking worked with him on YouTube or talked to him to fucking give money to his fucking charity. And I would actively suggest do not donate to Never Stop, because I believe it's most probably a scam from what it looks like. And these are just my opinions. But it looks fishy and sketchy as fuck. Don't donate to Never Stop. Donate to a real charity that you've actually heard of before. But in any case, he does all this and then he starts getting blowback. So he's in the hospital and he's running his mouth talking about he's in the hospital, and he does this live stream and he tries to like double down on that shit for like 2 seconds until Ethan's making a new podcast where he's going to look at this video. So he does the same shit he did a year ago and starts texting Ethan and all this other shit that he's actively in the hospital trying to make it sound like an emergency. The bad thing is, though, he has been so shitty of a person to all the other content creators and done this multiple times that Ethan doesn't give a fuck anymore, so he does it any fucking way and he roasts his ass. So, and then he makes an apology video and stuff, but we're not going to watch the apology video. We're only going to watch his blackmail video and his fucking one of examples of him trying to get a channel banned and teaching and showing people how to try to report the video, even though he's saying he's not telling y'all to go and report the video or try to get it kicked off, but let me show you how difficult it is to try to get it kicked off step by step. Because that's what another thing that he does. Because we're not just going to review his fucking videos. We're reviewing him as a person. Him as a person. From what everybody else on YouTube has been saying, is if you let him talk to you at all, if you have any kind of conversation with him at all, and you're doing any kind of better than he is going to stalk and harass you and blow up your DMs, trying to get you onto his channel, or try to get you to work with him, or try to get you to give him money, and all kinds of other bullshit. Aside from that, he's also been known to make false allegations. In particular, a TikToker who he didn't like, I suppose. Where at the end of his little video or their live stream together or whatever the fuck, he suggested that the guy was a rapist and that he didn't give a shit about consent. Well, he got pushed back on that, caved like a bitch, like he always does. So he had to edit that shit back out of that video. So any future videos with that conversation from him, that ending is deleted. And what he does to make sure that nobody sees half of this shit is if anybody reposts any of these video clips or makes a video copying, like basically showing what he said, he will strike that shit. Like he did to Rob's Media, the archive channel, where he tried to have his blackmail video removed because he deleted it himself off of his fucking page because he knew people was getting pissed off at him. But anyway, we're gonna check out this first video right here and see how much of a piece of shit he is.
Today is going to be a little bit of a different video because I am frustrated with a lot of your favorite creators.
I wonder if he's got the camera angled down so that he looks more pathetic, to try to elicit some kind of emotional reasoning to deal with his stupid ass.
Wanting to make this kind of video for quite a long time. I've been very nervous to do it because I didn't want to burn bridges, but at this point, who gives a fuck? So I guess just to get started, 2 to 3 years ago, I started a nonprofit, Never Stop. I have sunk thousands and thousands of dollars into Never Stop. At first, it was not.
Was it 2 or 3 years ago? I mean, if you're passionate about it, wouldn't you like fucking know when you started the shit?
successful at all, and I was paying money out of pocket to cover the donations that we were making. At the beginning, it was more of a grassroots operation where I was just sending people money through PayPal, and I was trying to fundraise as much as possible. But now we are a nationally recognized nonprofit, and we just received our first grant. We have 7 volunteers, 1 part-time employee, a treasurer on board. Like, this is a fucking real operation here. And
for context, all you need to do to be a nationally recognized nonprofit is to fill out the proper paperwork. There's nothing special about it. You can even hire a treasurer if you fucking feel like it. But 9 times out of 10, the treasurer's stealing shit off the top anyhow.
One of the biggest problems that we have is fundraising, because a lot of nonprofits make money based on where they're located, right? So if I only gave out $500 a month to people in need in the state of Maine, then we wouldn't have a financial problem. But we have a problem because my audience is from everywhere across the United States.
Well, then fucking stay in Maine. Then you don't have the fucking problem no more. Then you go back and you start building your fucking audience and work on your fundraising skills, you dumb fuck.
I have 750 applications from different people across the US, and I can only give money to 1 person a month. The way that we choose our applicants is based on need and urgency. So if somebody needs to cover travel for, say, a heart surgery within a week, then that person is going to be chosen. I think over time we have almost 30 people that we've been able to give money to. Since the nonprofit has been an official IRS recognized nonprofit, we've given $500 a month.
We heard you. It's recognized. And $500 a month, 30 people a month. Like 30 people. I'm thinking it's probably your whole fucking run on this fucking charity. 30 people. $500 a month. How the fuck are you really broke? How much are you paying the goddamn treasurer? My guess is you're probably putting it in your fucking pocket. That's what it sounds like.
And then before then, it was just basically whatever I had to give. Now, over this time, as you may know, I have grown on YouTube. I'm almost at 300,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But there has been no YouTuber who has ever inquired or donated any money to Never Stop. I've actually even...
Nobody's obligated to. You're just out here trying to elicit emotional blackmail and talking about how good you're doing and stuff, and that these people aren't doing good because they're not giving money to you. It's really none of your fucking business who they give their money to or what they do with their fucking money.
And merchandise to creators to try to get them to talk about Never Stop, and it only worked with 1, and that person wasn't even a YouTuber. It was a singer. It was a songwriter. And throughout this video, I'm not going to name names, but I would like you to know that I am going to name names at some point, possibly next month or so, if my following up with these people amounts to nothing. And I love talking about holding people accountable for their wrongdoings and all that kind of shit. But when I try to say, hey, if you have any extra money, we are giving $500 a month. I know that you just put on your close friend story that you're making 15 grand off this brand deal.
Why are you so focused on,
my views are down, but you're...
Why are you so focused on how much everybody else is making? Like, I've noticed it in other videos that you do, that one of the first things you do is you go to their channel, you see how many subs they got, how much watch time they're getting, how many views they're getting, and then you talk about how much money they must be making. Like, why are you so fucking concerned about everybody else's fucking money when it sounds like you need to be concerned with how much money you're making? What a fucking jackass.
Getting, I don't know, 50,000 subs a month. What are we doing here? I don't think there has been a creator that I've worked with that I haven't told about Never Stop. The only person that has been willing to work with me is a...
So you've been harassing everybody about your dumbass, sketchy shit charity. And then you wonder why nobody wants to fucking deal with you. You're like that one person that's always like, shows up at your house and says, hey, can I borrow $5? And you give them to them once, or you entertain them for a minute, and they just keep showing back up every, like, other day. asking if they can borrow this, asking if they can borrow that. You're like a bad fucking neighbor.
Beautiful soul who is a artist. I don't want to name names, but if you want to figure it out, you most likely can. As of today, we have given around $12,000 to people in need over the last 2 to 3 years. And
it still sounds grassroots if that's all you've been able to do. Maybe you should go back and figure out how to actually fucking run a charity before you make up a charity.
We know that that's not a lot, but it's what we've been able to give. Right now, we have, I think, $6,000 in the Never Stop account, and that has us covered for about the next year. But I am 100% fully ready for this fundraising to...
So you got $6,000 still in the fucking bank for the shit, right? And you're expecting it to go down. So what you probably ought to do is work your ass off to make videos and stuff and try to gain followers and promote your shit on your own goddamn channel.
Slow down. Like over October and November, I raised like $2,500 on my YouTube videos, which is the best feeling in the world. Also, shout out to Google for withholding those funds. That's a whole other problem. Google.
I imagine there's probably a way on Google to give funds, because it sounds like what he's doing is your donations go to Google and then Google gives the funds to him. But maybe they're just trying to make sure that your fucking charity isn't a fucking scam like it sounds like it is. Maybe that's why.
Isn't paying out to the people that I'm working with, so there's no fucking money coming in. But that'll be paid out at some point, I hope, or else then there's another video complaining. I want someone to tell me why US senators and representatives are more likely to work with me than other influencers in the...
First off, who in government's talking to this dumbass? Second of all, if you're gonna bring that up, why don't you actually mention the fucking names of these senators and shit?
Commentary space who I have talked to within the last 6 months. How come other nonprofits that are doing between $10 and $30 million a year in donations are willing to talk to me?
I doubt they are.
But these fucking YouTubers cannot give $500 in a one-time payment out of their, I don't know, 50 grand that they're making a month. And by the way, all of this you can write off on your taxes. I don't know how many times I have to say this. These are people who are getting a...
Maybe they don't want to give you their money that they earned by doing their work to somebody who's probably not even doing what they're saying they're doing with the money. Or they just don't fucking like you because you harass them 24/7 about giving them money.
Shit ton of money and will not know what to do at tax time. And this is a way to offset that fucking tax bill. But I guess there's no knowledge there. So because I'm petty and
so they're stupid because
this
they
isn't
won't
about
give you money.
supporting me, it's about supporting
is essentially
people
what you're
who
coming at.
need the support. I'll give a bunch of examples about how YouTubers have ghosted me and not wanted to help with Never Stop. And I'm not doing this because I think that it's going to light a fire under influencers to donate to Never Stop, because it's not going to happen. This video is not going to do anything. But I want there to be some kind of mutual understanding between you and I, the audience, that there's no support here. I have a bunch of people who follow me and have unfollowed me, who have had multiple opportunities to change the lives of people who...
So, you're not only trying to blackmail everybody that you know on YouTube and big followers, you want to try to emotionally blackmail your fucking viewers.
By the way, are also fans of them. Like, a lot of us have
if they're fans of them, then they probably don't fucking
and
deal with your ass either.
It's super frustrating because, you know, they have an opportunity to give back to the audience who has changed their lives, and there's no willingness to reciprocate it. So here's an example that happened literally last week, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. So this is somebody who I have spoken to, we have made content together, and we were following each other on social media. This person would comment on my stuff all of the time and would send me DMs about some of the stuff that I posted. It's very congratulatory. It's very like, woohoo, love you so much. And then I noticed after having a DM exchange with this person that they had unfollowed me, which I thought was interesting because under my posts, they were always commenting and like rooting for me. So this person, and this one was a public story, but a lot of these people post on their close friends, and I'll swipe up because this is a close friend story. Like, none of it makes any sense to me. So this person posted how much money they're making on their public story, okay? And so I swiped up and was like, hey, that's a lot of money, or like, that's a lot of people supporting you, that's insane, congratulations. Then the person responded to me and was like, thanks, you know, it's crazy, I'm trying to do good with my money. And this was just supposed to be an exchange of me saying, hey, congratulations, that's insane. And this person said, hey, I've been trying to do good with my money. So if behind closed doors you're gonna flex to me and say that you're doing good with your money, fucking show up. So I said, hey, if you want to do good with your money, I would love to get on a call and talk with you about Never Stop. And this person unfollowed me and left me.
So you get encouragement from somebody, and just as soon as that happened where they started doing good and started making money, you used it as an opportunity to beg for money from them. What a fucking scumbag.
On red, which I think is hilarious.
Makes
because
total sense
you
why
can't
you
post how
unfollowed
much
your
you're
stupid
making.
ass.
You can't say, hey, I'm trying to do good with my money, and then when I say, hey, if you want to do good with your money, let me know, I would love to talk to you, and then you just fucking leave me on red? That's insane. Not even a response. Any kind of a response that would be like, hey, you know, I appreciate what you're doing, but I've been giving to different.
You probably didn't get a response because A, you pissed them the fuck off and they didn't want to deal with you anymore, and B, every other time that you've pissed off so many people, you delete your video, then you copyright claim anybody that reposts the video, then you go talking about how you're in the hospital or some other shit, and that they should feel bad for you and just like leave you alone. I didn't mean to, blah blah blah, you fucking baby bitch.
Charities that support something that I'm closer to. I'm okay with that, but you can't say that you've been doing good with your money and flexing all this kind of shit and then not give any proof or show any kind of anything. This next one is somebody who I think is a friend. I do like this person, and this person has been around for a long time. We've made content together. We've had really good times together. I've seen this person in person, and so
I still love
because
them.
I was frustrated, I asked this person if we could just talk on the phone about
feel
how
bad
I
and
could
give you
get
money
influencers to work with me on my nonprofit. I see all of these people doing charity streams, doing charity shows. They're raising $4 million. I don't know how to work this, but I would do so much with 1/100th of that money. If we're giving money directly to people through PayPal, it is changing the days, the weeks, the months, possibly the years of these people. And I understand that it's not a lot of money, but $500 to help pay off the principal of a medical bill that you have can reduce so much stress. And
$500 a month for one person a month. Seems to me if you have 300,000 subscribers and you're making any kind of money on YouTube or whatever the fuck, why don't you go out your way and take it out of your profits out of your fucking YouTube channel? Or lower your profit margin on your fucking merch and give that to the fucking charity.
Make you feel so much better. Whether that's covering groceries or whether that's covering fucking wheelchairs, I don't care. But we have the ability to give directly to people. There is no nonprofit that is doing that because they're so big. We are so small scale that we're able to influence people in a way that no other nonprofit can. So I got on the phone with the...
He gets back and forth on whether or not it's like national recognized and all this other shit, and then he goes, we're really, really small scale. That's why we can do all this other bullshit. Like, make up your fucking mind.
Person, and I'm like, hey, I've had no support from other influencers, and that's really bothered me, and I don't quite know how to go about it. And they were very honest, and I call them because they're very honest. And because I made a video that wasn't received well a year ago, people don't want to work with me. But the problem is,
for context, the video he made a year ago was gatekeeping chronic illness against Ethan from H3, where Ethan was freaking out because he had like some odd blood results or some shit and thought that he might have like lupus or Lyme disease or whatever the fuck it was. And this asshole, because he uses his chronic illnesses and bullshit, thinks that he has that grift all to himself on his YouTube channel because that's his biggest play. So when Ethan called him out and he got a whole bunch of shit for it, he made an apology video, and the first thing he did was he texted Ethan while they was doing their podcast and shit live, talking about he's in the hospital right now. He's sorry. Can we not do this? Can we not do that? By the way, this motherfucker has stalked and harassed every fucking member of H3 to come and work with him, or give him a job, or this and that. Like, this is all this motherfucker knows how to do, is beg for money.
When you're putting out as much fucking content as I am, there's going to be videos that aren't received well. I feel like that's simple math. Just in the last 6 months, I've posted 73 videos. Who else is doing that? And this is not to flex. This is not to be like a fucking show off. But I am working my ass off. And at some point, there are going to be videos that aren't perceived as well as I'd like them to be. Or there's going to be times where allegations turn out to be false and then we have to backtrack. That is...
The allegation that I know that he's talking about is when he suggested another YouTuber was a pedo. No, not a pedo. That he didn't give a shit about consent. And that he was a rapist or whatever. He implied it on a fucking live stream with the dude. Or whatever the fuck it was. Or video response or whatever it was, because he had a beef with him because he was making more views than he was. And he ended up having to go back and edit that part out because he was getting a bunch of shit for it.
The job that we are in. So I say to this person, I'm like, hey, why won't anybody...
And growth, buddy, you ain't done any growth. You're exactly the same piece of shit that would beg and plead for money 24/7 and bitch and moan about everybody else making more than you on YouTube, or getting more views, or getting more subs. You're the same motherfucker. You ain't grown an inch.
Commentary work with me, they give a reason, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to put our bank statements online? Do I need to have a running tally of how much money we have in our bank account? Because it's not that much. A lot of people look at nonprofits as like a way for people to get decent money or a second fucking salary. I've made no money. I have lost so much money. I have only put money into this project. Up until 2 months ago, there was an event that I didn't talk about at all that Never Stop did. We raised some money and I got a Square card reader for like $30 or something. And that was the first time that I had bought something from Never Stop's money rather than my own. And to me...
So, you are talking about how broke the charity is and how this is and how that is. And that you're losing money and shit. But it's perfectly okay for you to take money out of the charity to buy you something, even if it's only $30. And to top it off, the whole second salary thing, that sounds like what the fuck you're doing. So I encourage people not to fucking donate to this motherfucker's charity, because it's probably a scam and it'll probably be a class action lawsuit at some point. I don't trust it. If you go to the website and you click on the fucking extra links on the top on the menu, they don't go to anything. The only one that goes to anything is the fucking merch store. There's no statement of what their goals are. Everything is as vague as it can possibly be. You don't know what any of the shit's going for, except for what this motherfucker says on his YouTube video channel, where he constantly lies about 90% of the bullshit that he spouts out of his mouth.
That's a big deal. That $30 or $40 or $50, I don't remember, I can show you the statements if you'd like, means that we're close to being self-sustained. And I'm making this video because Giving Tuesday...
Additionally, I don't think you want to open that can of worms, because then people will really start looking into your shit, and it sounds sketchy as it is already.
Just happened, we got $20 or something, and as of recording, if you're self-employed, you've got a few more days to offset your tax bill, and so I'd like to fucking call on you to do that. I guess, sorry, and to go back to that call that I had with that person who I respect.
So beg for more money from your viewers. Class act.
A lot. This person said that they were hesitant to work with me again because they were nervous about how it would be perceived over one video that I made 1 year ago that people didn't like, that I apologized for.
People didn't like because you was being a jackass. And your apology video, nobody believes you actually meant your apology.
I have released over 100 videos since then. I have realized the mistake I made in that video, whatever the fuck, but it's fine because growth isn't a thing. I've got a few more stories because I'm frustrated. And this most recent one, I will make another video on at some point. This was one of the most strange situations I've ever experienced in my time of being a creator. And I have to talk about it. I won't say names right now, but I probably will later on. Somebody reached out to me on Instagram. Somebody who could change my life, could change hundreds, possibly thousands of people's lives, asking for advice. I got on a phone call with this person. I give this person advice, and because they asked for it, right? And then after this call, I say, hey, I really appreciate that I was able to give you advice, but I would love some advice on how to grow my nonprofit because I feel like you know a lot about this kind of stuff. I would love to talk. And I'm going to send a follow-up this week. But if there's no response, I don't know what to do. I gave this person content strategy advice and then asked.
So, asking for advice on some shit isn't bad in and to itself. But my guess is he bitched and moaned to him and harassed him for days or weeks or whatever the fuck it is. That person probably has 50 plus DMs from this motherfucker right now that he just doesn't want to deal with them. Just like nobody else that's got any kind of clout on this fucking website wants to deal with them. And that's why nobody's wanting to work with him no more. Is because that's what he does. He goes on to try to bribe you with donate, like they'll buy like a membership or what. Like he had to rebuy a membership to Ethan's channel at H3 just so that he could beg them not to talk about this video and claim that he's in the hospital. He did this the same time last year. Last year he did the same shit. He pissed them off. They was going to make a video about him. Then he tried to emotionally blackmail them into not attacking him on their channel while he's in the hospital. And the same shit happened with this one. They wanted to make a response to this bullshit because he's blackmailing everybody and bitching and moaning that nobody's giving him any fucking cash that he's not entitled to. And he texted them. The way he phrased it made it sound like he was in the hospital as an emergency. But it turned out that he was in the hospital because he was getting scans on his knees. So it wasn't an emergency, it was a pre-planned fucking thing. So that if he got backlash, he could say he was in the hospital because it was a scheduled visit. So he waited for a long time, like he was talking about in this fucking video, to make this video, to put it out there so if he got any backlash, he could go, well, I'm in the hospital, can this wait? And try to wait for the blowback to pass over. I think currently now he's trying to blame his editor. And my question is, if you got the money to re-up a membership to H3, and you got the money for an editor, where the fuck is the rest of the money? You're broke, but you got money to do all this shit. Talking about you work your ass off. Your editor works their ass off trying to make you look halfway decent. And failing.
For advice in return, and now I'm left on red. I've been completely fucking used by this person, and I don't know why they reached out to me in the first place. That one I'm gonna keep a little bit more vague because I still have my hopes up, I guess. But I mean, there are a lot of people who I've made videos with in the past who have just stopped talking to me, who have unfollowed me. I was in the middle of scheduling a video with another commentary creator who I respected a lot, and then this person unfollowed me, stopped responding to my messages, and didn't have the fucking balls to tell me why. I have so much respect.
Who the fuck are you to talk about having balls?
Who said, hey, I'm hesitant to work with you right now because I don't know how people are going to perceive it. I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't understand it, but at least there's a reason. The people who
Well, I
hide
bet you
behind
don't
closed
understand it.
doors and unfollow me, and we have conversations, and I give advice, and they give advice, and then it just stops. That's fucking crazy, and that is so lame. Somebody who I made a video with in the past, multiple videos, actually took down every single video that I've made with them, and that was tough. That is somebody who I knew since day
to go
one,
through that much effort to delete and like remove this motherfucker from your page if you did like a bunch of fucking collabs and shit with him, that takes dedication. He had pissed this person off so fucking much, probably because they wouldn't leave him alone. Well, he wouldn't leave them alone about getting them to give some money to his fucking bullshit charity. So much that they went back and deleted every fucking trace of him from their page. What a piece of shit.
Was like a really, really good friend, and I helped this person through controversies and real life stuff, and they said that they thought I was using them for clout, I guess.
So this is what he likes to do. This is what I was talking about before. He will do shit that you didn't ask for and try to act like a friend just so that he can emotionally try to blackmail you later on when he doesn't get his way mostly into your fucking pockets.
When in reality, we both started at the same time. I knew this person when they had 6,000 subscribers, but of course, I'm using them. And if you look around this person, all of their friends have stopped being friends with them because this person has cut all of them off. And I don't really know what's going on with them. I still have like a special place in my heart for this person because we started out day one 3 years ago together. I don't know, we helped each other out a lot. And then, at some point, like a year or a year and a half ago, this person decided to stop talking to me. And then new friends would come in and want to be friends with this person, and then they would tell them about how I tried to use them. And here's the thing, I've always said that if
good on that guy for like warning people not to fucking deal with your stupid ass.
This person ends up talking about me online, I have a million receipts and I have a million different things that I want to say, but I don't want to start something unless they feel the need to. And there were also people who...
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of those motherfuckers that are like film themselves with their girl or whatever and then do revenge porn. That's what this motherfucker actually has the vibe of. 100%. I bet you.
Who I was ready to invite to my wedding, who I would talk about, like, once I propose, I can't wait to have this wedding and have a bunch of people there who I love. They're all people
I want
who
to see
I've
these
reached out
receipts,
to,
by
like,
the
hey,
way.
how's it going? Asking about
They
things
keep talking
that
about.
only I know about, like, hey, how's this going? I know this was stressing you out. Nothing. And that really sucks. And I think honestly that's just how the influencer world works. The people who mean the most to me are not in commentary. And it is like a weird, people always say that commentary is very cliquey, and it is. Like, much bigger commentary creators have reached out to me and been like, hey, I don't really like that you said that, so, can you take that down? And because they know that I'm fucking so sensitive and such a little bitch, I will take it down. I don't know.
Being a little bitch is
I'm starting
accurate.
to get really peeved off, and so I just thought that I could rant for a little bit. I don't think this video will do anything, but, check out Never Stop. I appreciate you all. Have a great day. Bye. Health guy. My knees. I've had 9 knee surgeries, so this is like, this will be.
This is the live
Anyway,
stream
you can do a
of his
backlog of
fucking
videos to upload when you're down.
talking to Ethan
It's the worst part is
on
like, am I in
H3
the hospital? Yes.
because they was making a video
The worst part
responding
is,
to
like,
that last video.
Like, I try to do a backlog, and then I'll like grind out videos, and then I'll like make a video where I'm like, hey, like, I feel kind of alone, and like,
Now he's been there
it was
for
about like never
knee
stopping
scans,
trying to
right? And you look at this
grow
motherfucker in his
that,
video,
and how I
and
feel
he's
like
trying to
there's
make
been
it
no
look like
support.
he's like really hurting and all this
and I
other
think,
shit. My guess is it's
I don't
all
know,
just a
people
ploy
took
to
it
like
differently.
feel even
Put the phone
worse
down.
for me.
I can't. I literally have to upload something and record some bullshit video that I don't care about. So, womp womp. Little bro, get on Fortnite. I would love to get on Fortnite right now. That'd be great. Here's the thing, like we got like a lot of support from the last video, but and it's
I
going to be
believe he
life-changing
deleted
for a
this
lot of
video
people, so
too,
I'm so excited about
because
that.
it's so fucking cringe.
But you know, I strongly suggest you take some time to reflect on why people took the way they did. I mean, I understand. It's kind of how I talk behind closed doors, where I'm like, you know, I am so upset that.
Now you heard how he
I don't
talked
know.
in the last video,
I can't.
when he was up on his high horse thinking he could get away with blackmailing everybody that he knows and talking shit about shit that he ain't got. But in this video where he's like trying to downplay and like get sympathy, his whole demeanor's changed. Like, you look how sad I am. Motherfucker, you are sad. You're a sad excuse for a person, is what the fuck you are. I'm tired of watching this jackass. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the video playing of his and continue on with the human review. You see this fucking idiot? This fucking idiot with his dumbass blackmail schemes. Let's go ahead and check out this other video, which is an example of him trying to get a channel or two channels kicked the fuck off of YouTube because he doesn't like that they make more money than he does by doing less work than he does. And don't take this the wrong way. I don't give a shit about this fucking channel. I think it's kind of garbage. It's annoying. But that does not mean it should be removed from YouTube because some jackass doesn't like it. Fuck this guy. Fuck Jake Doolittle. Let's watch what kind of a bitch he really is.
Before we deep dive into this and I sort
This
of
is
explain
an example
what's
of one
going
of the
on.
videos
So
that he
today we're
likes
talking
to
about a genre of
make about
YouTube
channels that
channel,
make
and
more
that
money
is
and get more
cute cat
subscribers and
AI
shit than his
channels,
does,
which you may be
that he
thinking
wants to
is
get kicked
fine,
off of YouTube.
right? But I promise you, you have not seen anything like this. In particular, I'm going to be talking about two specific channels, Cute Cat of NI and also Cute Cat AI. As you can see, just even
Basically, these channels are AI generated cat people that end up getting murdered or eviscerated in various situations, but the stories themselves are like those annoying ass stories that you find on YouTube where this girl cheated on this guy, but she didn't know that he was about to inherit $1 million or whatever the fuck it is. So when he shows up with a new girl, she's like super jealous and mad because she wants that money instead. Those kind of videos, that's what this is. It's making fun of those videos from what I can tell, and making it as super gory and ridiculous as possible. But he's going to go on and talk about how much money they make and how much subscribers they get and how many views they get, and he sounds super fucking salty the entire time.
in the thumbnails alone. I don't understand how these are not age restricted, these are not blocked, and why these are being recommended to people. Oh, that's good. That's good. So yes, I have viewed the entirety of this video. It's one of their hits. Also subscribe to the channel because I had to watch a bunch of this content. And my goal here...
I doubt he watched a bunch of the content. He probably had somebody else do it for him. Because he said in multiple videos that he couldn't handle school and that he just, I guess, recently dropped out of college because his medical conditions and shit are so severe that he can't make it to classes and do any of this other stuff, and he can't go to work or do any of this other things because he's got to deal with his medical issues. So if you got all that time to like have to do all your medical shit, how exactly do you have time to watch all these videos that you are so pissed off that you had to watch? And you hire an editor. In fact, you're blaming him right now, from what I understand, for your dumbass blackmail video, so that you can deflect the blame from it to somebody else because you can't take responsibility for your own shit. But let's go on.
To show as little as I can while still giving like a context of what's going on. So the first channel, Cute Cat of NI, their about section says, "Welcome to our AI Cats channel. Here we blend cutting edge AI technology with a massive collection of cat photos to create enhancing and unique cat videos. Each video is a showcase of feline charm and antics brought to life through advanced AI algorithms. Subscribe, whatever." They joined last year and they already have almost 80 million total channel views. What's even wilder is they have 80 million total channel views without utilizing short.
This right here, he does this a lot on channels that he wants to get kicked off, and some channels that he doesn't want to get kicked off. Really, he just wants to like talk about how bad they are, and he goes into how much money they make or must be making, or how they're gaming the system of YouTube to get more views. But in reality, it's more about him not being able to achieve the same goals that they are getting. And he's just really fucking salty about it.
Which is the easiest way for people to get views right now. They're also classifying them as specifically podcasts because that's what YouTube has been pushing recently. And I'm curious how much these people are making. You know, in the last 30 days, they've uploaded about one video a day or one podcast a day, and they've gotten 5 million views. The category is pets and animals, and just on like a base level, if you're getting $6,000 per every million views, they should be pulling in $30,000 a month. In reality, it's probably around $10,000, but that's still a ridiculous amount of money. Not only are these getting views, but they are pushed just slightly over.
And that's another thing. He's bitching about how much money they get, but he doesn't know how much money they're making. He's guessing. So somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000 that they must be getting a month. Who fucking knows if that's actually true? But here's the bigger question. As much videos of you trying to guilt trip people into donating to your sketchy ass fucking charity, I want to consider this idea. Have you reached out to them? These banned videos that you want to get banned from YouTube, to see if they'll donate half of their money or whatever to your sketchy ass fucking charity? That'd be more of a blackmail thing for you. You could say, hey, I won't try to get all my fucking subscribers to like mass report your shit if you donate to my sketchy ass fucking charity. That sounds like something you would fucking do. Let's go on.
Over 1 hour each to also game the YouTube system. YouTube is favoring longer videos. So these people are saying we're going to upload about an hour of content and it's going to be under pets and animals so that this continues
to get pushed. So they're basically just doing the same shit you do and almost every other YouTuber that does these kinds of videos do now, is to try to make it a little bit over an hour.
Pretty high budgets. For Cute Cat of NI, their most viewed video is Police Cat Pain After Lost Kitten. Hashtag cute #AI #cat lover. This one is only 8 minutes long, but it's still to this day getting around 600 views an hour. Now, YouTube has claimed that they have stopped the promotion of AI content. But what's fascinating is it says
And have y'all noticed that he's saying that he's more sad and offended that it's like gruesome shit, but the majority of what he's talking about is their view count and their subscriber count and their money. He hasn't really even hit the point of his whole fucking video that he says that is the point. Is that it's gruesome and that it's bloody, and he doesn't understand how it goes out so much. That's not really what he's talking about. Most of what he's talking about is how much views and stuff they get and how much money they must be making.
#AI, cute cat videos, cat lover, cat. This is about an hour long. This one is called Kitten Tries Driving Car. So a young kid, like a kitten, is driving this car, gets into a car accident, and then dies. Cat's belly contains countless worms. So I'm wondering, I have multiple thoughts. Is this fetish content? Are there freaks out there who are jerking off to this? I understand.
How are you gonna like talk about people fetishes and shit? This don't even look like a fetish fucking channel to start off with. If it is, it's beyond my scope. But how the fuck do you get off talking about that anyway, when most of your sponsorship ads in your videos is dildos and shit, and you talk about sticking them up your ass? How does that work? You sitting there sticking dildos in your fucking ears and shit on fucking YouTube. How the fuck are you not age restricted? Explain that, motherfucker.
And that people don't like the idea of kink shaming, but if your kink is watching kittens be sawed in half by mothers and have this weird parental kid kink, you're fucked. I'm sorry. You're gone. Kitten vomits violently. So kitten's shitting out of its back, it seems, vomiting. There's green stuff everywhere, and this is all from ice cream. They're using emojis in the titles. Like, honestly, I think that I could be taking notes from this because it's fascinating how they figured out how to get views while still being very blatantly AI generated. On the other channel, Cute Cat AI,
See,
this one is honestly a little bit more graphic than the other.
Now we're gonna go to another
it's
one that does the
surprising
same
that
kind
that's
of
even a
content.
thing. But there's a lot of like pregnant cats. Pregnant cats get into car accidents, or kitten cats somehow has their stomach open, and it's really horrendous. I don't know how else to put it. It's fucking disgusting. This channel is getting around 3 million views every month, and they're doing a video every other day. In their About section, it says basically the same thing. Welcome to Cute Cat AI. Here we transform the charm of cats with the magic of AI.
See, it goes back into how much views and shit that this channel's getting. He's just one salty motherfucker that can't figure it out on his own and wants to, like, ban other channels that do better than him. What a fucking joke.
Here's one of my biggest questions. How? How is this happening? How is this okay? I've
because
seen
their
multiple
content
Reddit
is more
threads that have said that they have
because their
mass-reported this
content is
channel
more
and called it
fascinating than yours. That's how. People actually want to watch that shit. Evidently. Rather than your boring shit.
abuse and all this kind of stuff. But the problem is, from what I've seen, when you try to report something, and I'm not telling my audience to report
I'm
this,
not trying to
this
tell
is
my
what you
audience
get
to
when it
report, but let's show you how to report. Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to get his audience to report it now, because just him reporting it isn't going to do shit. But if he can get his audience to do it with him, then maybe he can get this channel that's doing better than his banned from YouTube. What a fucking asshole.
up. You've got sexual content, which it's not, and then violent or repulsive content. So you click on this, adults fighting, technically no. Physical attack, no. Youth violence, no, because it's AI, it's not real. Animal abuse, no, because it's not real. Hateful or abusive content, you know, it's the same thing. Harassment or bullying, harmful or dangerous acts, none of these apply.
He sounds more mad that there's no official way to report it based on the content that it makes. But my guess is if you was to want to actually report this shit, you would click the animal abuse button. You know? But he sounds more upset that he can't specify what he finds egregious about the videos.
Maybe other dangerous acts, but because this is fake and because it's all AI, there's no way to confirm that this is actually going to be seen as harmful. You know, they're even doing photo posts now where it's just like, kitten had an accident and fell from a height. Pregnant
It
cat's
probably
restaurant
sounds like he's
accident.
more mad
And
that
so you go through here and they're
even their
utilizing
photos
all of the
on
YouTube
like Instagram
features,
or
which
whatever
is
the
what you're
fuck
supposed to be doing. What
is
also
doing
makes
better
me
than
sad
his.
is that 100% children are watching this because they restaurant accident. And so you go through here and they're utilizing all of the YouTube features, which is what you're supposed to be doing. What also makes me sad is that 100% children are watching this because they
100% children are watching this. My ass, dude. And if there are children watching it, they probably shouldn't. But that's up to the parents. If the parents aren't watching them what they watch, then that's on the parents. And second off, chances are it's not children, because I've watched this video before, and he's going to read out a few of the comments under one of the videos. Children ain't writing that shit. Adults are writing that shit. And he's a big talker talking about it's 100% for children and shit, but like all his artwork and shit that he uses on his channel looks like shit from children's books. Like it looks like one of those Minecraft people that target children. That's what his artwork looks like on his channels.
Have roped people in. They have roped audiences in with videos like this. Cats in Candy Island. Cute cats. Hashtag cat, hashtag giant, hashtag AI cat. 1 dislike, 33 comments, 500,000 views. Something's not really adding up here. And then you go into the comments and it says, I love cute cats so much. I love cat meow. Meow, very sweet. I love cats. So cute, my cat. All the people who are commenting are children or cat fan pages, which is very, very fake. So let's watch this video. Cute cat in Candy Island. Let's check it out.
Cute cat craves colorful candy canes in the supermarket.
Okay.
But the cute cat ran out of money.
There's no gore in the video that he's watching from the cat people. But the fact that he's trying to make it sound like it's 100% children are watching this fucking channel is probably a lie. I'm sure there's some kids that are watching it. But like I said, that goes on to the parents. That's the parents' fault for not monitoring what their kids are watching. But the reason why he's saying that is to try to get more people to be mad at that channel so that he can get them to go fucking report it. That's his only goal by trying to make it sound like it's 100% aimed at children.
That is really sad, to be honest.
Cute cat took the candy and started running around, ignoring the police chasing him.
Oh no.
The police caught the cute cat. It started to feel sorry. In court, the lawyer defended the cat on a planet full of candy.
Oh, wow, that was cool. At least in court, the lawyer defended the cute cat on a cat full of candy planet. I mean, that's all you could ask for. Oh, there's like cute cats love chocolate. Okay, so let's see. Maybe if I just click on, this video called Mother Cat Leaves Kittens in Car. Warning to parents. Interesting.
So there are warnings to the parents to get the parents to watch what the kids are watching on this channel that he's saying is aimed at the kids. So what fucking sense does it make for you to say that the channel is aimed at kids? If it was aimed at kids, they wouldn't be putting warnings in the fucking description to tell the parents this is not for kids. Another fucking live piece of shit, Jake.
The mother cat was cooking when she realized she was out of vegetables.
Oh, she was out of vegetables.
Skip.
I'm a child and I'm watching this video. You remember when you were younger, you would click on a video and you would feel kind of like, ooh, naughty by clicking on a video that's titled something crazy. For example, I used to watch the What Would You Do videos or the To Catch a Predator videos when I was younger. And those titles were always wild. It was like, this predator wants to meet up with whoever. Or What Would You Do would be like, racist person. Does anybody do anything about it? And saw my YouTube history, I'd be like, that's so awkward. I don't want her to see that. That was a bad video for me to watch. But the problem is these videos are like actually scarring. I mean, not saying that me watching To Catch a Predator at like 10 years old.
Who gets scarred over cartoons? Especially these. These don't even look real. These are like the weakest fucking gore videos. Yeah, the idea behind what the gore is supposed to be might be fucked up, but the actual images themselves aren't really all that bad. And like I said, this isn't really him being disgusted by the videos. This is him being mad because they do better than his.
Wasn't scarring, but hey now, I wanted to see what my dad was up to. But this is actually scarring. And the lines in the parking lot are just completely fucked.
Yeah, so he's so offended by the fucking gore and shit that he can make jokes about fucking lines being fucked. Like, it's either clearly a joke channel, or it's super evil and targeting children. Pick a fucking lane, Jake.
No, so as she's walking out, oh no, my child. Super merit.
Or kitten, because it was the kitten with help.
The only really annoying thing about this fucking channel that he's fucking trying to get banned is the fucking music.
The video. Let's see what this is.
Wow, the white cat is so amazing that he always follows the beautiful cat to protect her.
Jump up, guys.
Skip.
This is more graphic.
Yeah, Happy Tree Friends is more
The
graphic.
captions fuck up all the time. Like, she's very obviously crying. She's got, like, blood, snot. No, the difference between this and Happy Tree Friends is I don't think that Happy Tree Friends was fetish content. I think that the cats, maybe. For example, here's a thumbnail of one of their videos of a mother cat in a very tight dress beating the shit out of its kid. And I don't know if it's possible to read this as anything but fetish content, to be honest.
How does that constitute it being fetish? What really is the difference between this fucking channel and Happy Tree Friends? Happy Tree Friends was even more childlike drawings. This is just kind of weak fucking AI art. Like, I think I'm exactly right on what the situation actually is that he's mad because they do better than him, and he's trying to use every fucking trick he can to try to piss off his audience enough to go mass report it. That's why he showed it at the earlier start of the video. That's all it really amounts to.
Because then they've started to upload things like this, where you have these like hot cats, and these hot cats are now cheating on their significant others. And now
Does
this
it
is
say
where you're
that
going
they're
to get
hot
into the
cats, or do
territory
you
of
find them
sexual
hot cats?
content. Because, I mean, it explained itself.
Couple is having a romantic
The
date.
couple's having a romantic date on a yacht. Oh no, this one falls, I guess? Yeah, sad, sad, sad.
I never loved you.
I never loved you, ha ha ha. And then wait, hands up on hot
Yeah, these
rod.
are just like the fucking videos that they post on
The
there.
next day?
On some of those channels where it's like some stupid ass story about how this guy got betrayed, so he ended up betraying his lover or whatever the fuck, and then the lover goes out and gets revenge or whatever the fuck. That's all these fucking channels are. It's just AI cats doing it with gore to make it more of a joke channel that he's trying to make out to be some kind of child targeting channel that's going after kids when clearly kids aren't watching, and they put warnings in the fucking descriptions that parents are advised, you know. So what's his real complaint?
The beautiful cat was rescued and
Oh, the beautiful cat was rescued and brought to shore by a kind dolphin. Beautiful. That's awesome. Oh,
I survived.
I survived. I loved that book series as a kid.
The cat recalls his memories.
I forgot his memories. I never loved. No. Uh-oh.
I will take revenge.
Uh-oh.
Wow, the beautiful cat decided to go to a cosmetic hospital to completely change her face.
I mean, there's got to be something fucking weird going on here. I mean, there's got to be an ulterior motive to this. Yes, obviously.
The only ulterior motive is yours. You're just trying to ban a channel that you don't like, or you don't like because it's making more money than you are, because nobody wants to deal with your stupid ass fucking fake sounding charity. Nobody wants to deal with your stupid fake ass personality. You're a user. All you do is bitch and moan that nobody's giving you free money for that sketchy ass fucking charity. And like I said, and I'll say it again, I would encourage people not to donate to this motherfucker's charity, because it's most probably going to end up in some kind of class action lawsuit by the end of it. Fuck this guy. Let's move on. That was Jake Doolittle being upset about cartoon cats being killed and murdered and having gore on an AI channel. They're fucking cartoons, dude. Get the fuck over it. But we all know that's not the real reason you hate that video and that channel. But we're towards the end of the video, so let's review. Jake Doolittle likes to stalk people, harass people, and apparently has evolved to blackmailing people. And we add on the fact that he uses his illnesses and disabilities as a shield from criticism whenever anybody calls him out on his shit. I would also like to mention the fact that he did make an apology video that we are not including into this review, because like the rest of his videos, it's shit. But essentially he says he needs more money, or he's running out of money to pay for his medical bills and whatever the fuck, because they took his disability checks or payments or whatever the fuck they were away. You know, the government assistance shit. Well, Jake, typically they don't take that away unless you're making too much money. So we're also going to add lying piece of shit to your review. And here at Deadcore, we scale 0 to 5 coffins. 5 being a really good person, worthy of anything, and 0 being dog shit. So, your final score, 0 coffins out of 5. Fuck you, Jake. You're a piece of shit. Bye, y'all.